Spider-Man sucked for me because I watched the movie when there was a monkey stampede in the theaters, and that's why I released my experience like this. 30 was laughing his ass off at Spider-Man unzipping. All this was real, by the way, but you know what else is still real? 4DX. Yet this stupid thing still exists. This shit is so damn bad and unoptimized that for every single emotion on the screen, all the seats does was, "You enjoying it, fuckos?" And since this is a torture house, no one buys a ticket to 4DX, and sometimes it costs even less than the 2D version of the movie. So I watched Spider-Man again in 4DX after the trend is dead. Here's my experience. From the very start of the movie, I realized that this was not made for my ass. Literally. Because when Gwen was going full whiplash hoo-ha on the drums, I was feeling a 9.3 Richter scale earthquake, pain in my left butt cheek, because for some reason, every single action resulted in a resultant vector pointing to the left of the seat. So when someone tried to place a cup on the table, my seat went... It was like this, and the movie was unbearable for me. It wasn't bad, it was unbearable. Let me explain with a question. Just take a sneak peek in your memory and give me an action sequence from the movie jo tumhe picture perfect yaad ho. Don't cheat, don't go back and look at the pirated versions of the movie. Just dictate the entire scene without cheating. Can you? Because I cannot. All I remember from the movie the second time was colors flashing and nothing else. But I also realized one thing in the process. The movie is also boring, like boring as hell the second time, not the first time, the second time. Here's why. It was maybe because of the pacing or a lot of filler scenes where a bunch of people are partying on the roof or Spider-Man buying cakes is like the main sequence happening in the movie for a long ass time. Or maybe the cake taking a ride in a taxi or everything moving at 0.25x speed in Gwen's dimension for some reason. Or maybe people offering enchiladas to Miguel O'Hara. That was almost racist. When you try too hard to become funny, you become unbearable. Unbearable just like Uttar Pradesh roads. So imagine if you're taking a ride in a bus and you encounter a 3-inch pothole. That's not a big pothole. It feels like you fell from a fucking skyscraper. It feels that deep. And by the way, this road that you're traveling on is brand fucking new. It was made yesterday. Normal day in Uttar Pradesh. 4DX was worse than that somehow. Remember when I told you that resultant of every single action vector was to the left of the seat? Well, the light was quite opposite. Imagine a bomb exploding on the center of the screen. Where does the light shine from, you might ask? You guessed it right, from the ass of the guy sitting on my right. The ass part is fake. The light part is right. There is some neon party shit going on the screen and the light is just white. Imagine if we had RGB lights. Imagine. So ठीक है, जब इतना कुछ हो ही रहा है तो भाई उठ के चल देते हैं सीट पे से, है ना? But I stayed there for 2 reasons only. 2 reasons. The first reason was a blonde chick sitting in front of me, and the second most important reason, the rain sequence at the end. The rain part, yeah. मैंने सोचा सब कुछ एक्सट्रीम है तो पढ़ने दो बारिश, बहनचोद भीग के जाएंगे आज यहाँ से, बट नहीं. बारिश के नाम पे मेरे को क्या मिला? सामने पॉइजन फेंका है ना विलन ने, तो भाई हम पे क्यों नहीं बरस रहा जहर? मार दो ना. एक फ्री फॉल सीन है स्पाइडरमैन का फ्रॉम अ स्काई स्क्रेपर एंड देयर इज नो हर्डल इन द एयर. इट्स अ स्मूथ फ्री फॉल एंड द सीट्स वर गोइंग लाइक, ये हो रहा था एक्चुअल में वहां पे. सीरियसली, बॉम्ब फट रहा है, ठंडी हवा चला दी. ट्रेन चल रही है, पब्लिक भरी पड़ी है, भभका हो रहा है, ठंडी हवा चला दी. भैंचो लोग जल के मर रहे हैं, ठंडी ताजी हवा. शाहरुख खान मूवी चल रही है स्क्रीन पे basically. People were not shouting because there were barely any people to shout in the first place because no one gives a fuck about 4DX. And that's why I love it. See, if PVR gave me a button on my seat to stop the motion of just my seat, I might reconsider 4DX for my next movie experience because you get to experience almost a private theater at a cheap price and a chick in front of you. Bye.